wipe this off. 1 second. Sorry. That's better. Welcome to Teal House Farm Live. Sam is here. He's coming real quick. He's just helping the girls with something. And we will go ahead and get started. I hope everybody is staying warm. It's gotten a little chilly here. We've got our fire going, but we're not running it all day yet. We're running it like half days. Run it in the afternoon into the evening. Kind of warms the house up real good. And then, oh, thank you, Mikey. You made me a delicious looking coffee. And then the house is warm during the warmest part of the day. Then around lunchtime, it's not running. It keeps the house from getting too hot. So it's kind of what we're doing, trying to conserve wood, but also trying to make sure the house stays warm. So I cannot see the chat. So let's give it a testing. Testing the chat. There we go. Okay. We got it working. We're good. Welcome. Welcome. I was just saying that it's finally cold enough we're having to run the stove kind of like half days. Keep the temperature up in the house.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just like a few hours a day. It's not that much.
So, Arkansas Preppers here. Welcome. Beeler Family Farm. Welcome. Beeler Family Farm, your house is really coming along. I've been watching the pictures on your Facebook. You guys must be getting pretty, like, I mean, I know there's still a lot to do, but it must be getting exciting, feeling like you're kind of on the other side a little bit. Grammy is here. Welcome.
Hello. Let's go. Oh, no, we can see.
Yeah, it does that. Sandy is here. Thanks for joining us. So we're starting to get ready for baby. Hey, Micah made you a fancy coffee
thanks,
too.
Mikey.
Micah's an excellent barista, by the way. If you ever need a special.
That's true.
Did this just break? I guess not. A specialty item.
It looked like it was cracked.
Yeah, the handle is breaking. You just leave it. All right. So what happens when you buy your mugs at the dollar store?
Be careful.
I need a Teal House Farm mug. I don't know why we haven't ordered ourselves some of our own mugs. We should do that. Let's see. Beeler Family Farm says, yeah, it seems like we're getting close at last. Yeah, it's looking awesome. So Dee is here from Iowa, and Tara is here. Thanks for joining us, Tara. So Tara and some other ladies came over this weekend to our house. Same was at work. But they helped me. They threw what we called a nesting party. They helped me deep clean the kitchen and the pantry and the living room, which was such a big help.
Oh, that was so kind of
them.
It
looks so nice.
It was amazing.
Just couldn't get on top. Like, I can do the daily chores still, but I just could not get on top some of those extra things, like washing your windows and scrubbing the baseboards and moving the furniture and getting underneath it and stuff. And so they came and they did it all for me. It's like a baby shower gift because I don't really need anything for the baby. And it just feels like such a load off to be able to like walk in and not be like, oh, I can see the dirt under the couch, or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like everything looks clean.
It looks awesome.
2 thumbs up. Thank you very much, Tara and the other ladies who came and helped. It's fun to clean, just like it's fun to can when you have people to do it with. It gets a little bit tedious when it's just you. So
that's very true.
Kelly is here. Thanks for joining us. So Sam, you had your first week of weekdays. Welcome J&B. Yes, it was a very thoughtful gift. Very thankful. It was very practical. I'm kind of a practical person too, so spoke my language.
Yep, for sure.
But Sam did 6 weeks of nights, and last week now he's got to do 6 weeks of days. So last week he did 3 days.
It'll be 12 weeks of days total.
Oh, it will be?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll go to nights long term.
So how is working labor and delivery during the days compared to nights?
Days, it's not bad. Like I mean, obviously the one nice thing is it's like it doesn't ruin or mess up your sleep schedule as much. So I like that. The one part I don't like is that it's winter. Like you leave the house in the dark and you come home in the dark because you work for 12 hours, and I live a little ways away. So that part I don't like. But other than that, that's pretty good.
You said you felt like it was a lot busier though, or there was just more to be done, or no?
I don't know if it felt busier. There's definitely just like more people there in general during the day than at night. At night, the hospital's like a little bit empty, and people just aren't like walking around as much. Like you'll still have family. It kind of blows my mind, honestly. Uh, you'll have family come because the hospital's open all night. You'll have family come and visit someone at like 2 or 3 in the morning, which is
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that I don't know why I think that's weird, but let's see, Beeler. Oh, Jepco's here. Oh, we missed.
Tara says it's better together. Agreed.
Did we miss JB? No, you
No,
said
got that.
Jepco's here, and then Beeler Family Farm says night shifts the real MVPs. I'd say if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably lean night shift.
Oh, we gotta let her. Our dog wants
let
it.
the dog in. I'd probably. Jeez. Just getting aggressive there. Come on. I'd probably lean night shift, but yeah, the sleep schedule part is kind of a big deal, so that part's nice.
Right.
Going to bed at
it's a long day, but
time.
you actually like sleep at night, so you don't have to flip your schedule. So, Jane B says some of us are night people. It's true. I am not a night person at all. I don't think I could ever work overnight. I guess you could really, you'd get used to it, but I can't stay up.
I don't know.
I've never been like that.
I feel like I can be either. I feel like I used to be more of a day, like wake up early kind of a person. But the nights, I think like once we had kids, then like it didn't matter to me. Because what we do when we have kids usually is I stay up later with the kid. Most of the time. And then like halfway through the night, you take over.
Yeah.
So,
kind of.
Sort of. So I think that made me get through nights anyway.
Beeler Family Farm says always best to stick to one or the other. We did 6 weeks of days and then 6 weeks of nights while I was at the university. It was rough.
Yeah. That's what we have to do during orientation is they flip us back and forth a few times. But ultimately, once I'm off of orientation and by myself, it'll be nights for a while.
Go kennel. Go lay down. Go to kennel.
Go on, Lexi.
Thank you. Yeah, but it's going well. So we're gonna talk about getting ready for the baby, but I have to ask you, have you seen, like, when people come to the hospital to have a baby, so you've seen quite a few now at this point, would you say more people like way overpack, or are there most people just show up with absolutely nothing, or?
No, I'd say people that overpack there's less of them than you'd think. I'd say like of all the patients we've had, I think I've had one that I had to go get like a cart for to haul all their stuff.
Like a bellhop.
Basically, I think a lot of people that we get to, like there are scheduled inductions, or C-sections and stuff, but a lot of people, they're coming because her water broke or whatever, and they don't have time to load everything into the car. So I would say most people don't come with a lot of stuff. I did see the nurses were all in an uproar. And I thought it was bad too until I went into the room. But there was one guy that brought his Xbox. So his wife's in labor and he's playing Xbox. But I will say this. She was in there cheering him on. Like, she was all into it. He was playing basketball, I think, on it. And she was all like, shoot it, babe, shoot it. Go get that rebound. Like, cheering him on. So maybe, I don't know if she was using it as a distraction or whatever, but it was kind of funny.
See, I wouldn't, to me, like, that wouldn't necessarily bother me, but we've had a lot of children. Like, I know it's going to be a long time, and there's really nothing for you to do. So I don't see it any different than, like, reading a book. Like,
yeah, I guess.
You got to sit there. You got to do something,
Oh, the nurses were all...
I can't believe.
Yeah, but anyway, it was kind of funny.
Now, let's see. Jane B says, the shifting schedule sounds rough to adjust to.
Yeah, a little bit. But
I think the hardest thing was when you were working nights, they still would have a random day because you have to take those orientation classes. So you'd work a bunch of nights and all of a sudden it was like a Tuesday. you had to work during the day, and
Right.
so it was just like you were up all the time. So that was weird, but that won't happen once you're past your 12 weeks. So.
Yeah.
Embracing Our Life says, hi from Indiana. Been praying for you as you get ready for this new season. Thank you very much. Bueller Family Farm, those, we better hurry are the ones we deliver in some random parking lot. Yeah, so he was I believe a paramedic. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but you've probably delivered quite a few babies in strange places. But I'm sure those people appreciated you coming to their help. So Arkansas Prepper said, I like taking a cooler, free ice. Yeah. I don't really pack that many snacks, I guess. Never really have.
No, I don't know. We don't pack
We don't really pack much.
Honestly. I'm trying to think.
I mean, Isla wasn't supposed to be born at the hospital, but we had some late concerns, so we went to the hospital instead of delivering her with the midwife. And so we didn't bring anything. And then Patton was induced, and I don't even feel like at that point we were like, the hospital basically has everything you need. You need a car seat and an outfit to bring the baby home in.
I'm trying to even remember if I even brought a change of clothes last time. I probably did, but yeah, we don't pack that much, not usually. Beeler Family Farm says, yes, EMS supervisor for the university for several years. Moms did all the work, but you already know that.
Yep.
But you know that already. Embracing Our Life says, we just became new grandparents. Congratulations. And I was with my daughter all week in the hospital. She had a C-section. There was a Mexican family that came in, and the husband brought a large stock pot of soup. He was trying to convince the nurses it was labor soup.
Secret family recipe, extra spicy, probably. You got pie the other day. Got free pies from somebody who delivered.
Yeah, we had a family. They're part of their family owns. They're like a distributor for food, I guess. But they had a bunch of frozen pies, so we got an apple pie. That was nice.
I thought about making that tonight when I got lazy. Should have been good. JMB says, hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel. It does. If you think about it, give us a thumbs up. Helps us in the algorithm. Speaking of the algorithm, I think you probably saw the announcement, but if you missed it, for the next couple of months, we're going down to my heartburn. I'm so sorry. Super pregnant. We're going down to posting twice a week in live stream on Monday. So Mondays should have a live stream. We always try to put up a yay or nay Sunday night or Monday morning, just so you know. And then we'll be posting on Wednesday and Saturday. We always want to bring you guys true and good content. And we're at the point, one of my pregnancy, where I'm just too tired to produce that much content. And also, there's just not as much going on because it's winter, and a lot of the homestead stuff is kind of shut up, and a lot of the canning is all done for the winter, and so there's just not as much to show. So for the next 2-3 months, it'll just be the Monday live stream, and then Wednesday and Saturday mornings there'll be a video up for you, and they should be a little bit longer too. Some of you have asked if we can make longer videos. The key to YouTube, it has to be 8 minutes or longer. So if you look, you'll notice a lot of my videos are 8:01. But having it a little bit longer also helps with the algorithm, supposedly. So we'll also kind of test that theory too. But if you are looking for us tomorrow and you don't see a video, that is why. It's going to be Wednesday and Saturday, and we'll still try to bring you a mix of content with the cooking and the canning and the daily day in the life kind of stuff. So that's what's changing. But anyway, we were talking about getting ready for baby. So we worked this week. Micah helped me. We set up kind of the little nursery area in our room. I still feel like our house isn't too small. What are we, 1,600 something square feet? Something like that. I don't know that I want a huge house because then you got to clean it. And the rooms are really large sizes. There aren't really hallways. It's just rooms because it's an old farmhouse. So there's not really wasted space. But one of the things that's hard to squeeze is an area for the baby to sleep in our room, because our room is also the office where he works from home and I edit videos. So there's space is pretty crammed in there. So we moved the pack and play in there with the bassinet and kind of moved stuff around to get it to fit. So been working on that this week. And
Iris Lady,
yeah.
sorry,
Go ahead.
said, been making and canning apple butter while it's cold, helps warm the house. Also baked an apple pie.
Your house smells super good.
I bet it does. That sounds awesome.
So, I actually never really make apple butter.
Not really.
I do make applesauce. I know
it takes a long time.
Yeah, it's like the next step of applesauce. I don't know if the kids would eat it. Like, they eat jams and jellies.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, they would eat apple butter.
You think they'd eat it? You don't think they'd be weird about the texture?
Oh, no. Oh, I think they'd scarf it down.
So, maybe I should do that next year. This year we did apple slices, applesauce, and we did the freezer apple pie filling and apple jelly. Apple jelly is I don't know why I like apple jelly so much. I just feel like it's delicious. So.
Becky says, I'm late, but I'm here. Lost electricity in the storm, but just got it back. Oh, my.
Well, we're glad you could join us. Yeah, it's not storming. Well, it's raining here, but it's not anything crazy. It's not storming.
I assume that's like a thunderstorm, not a snow.
Yeah, not a snowstorm.
Yeah. Sorry. I
that's
interrupted
okay.
you.
We'll talk about whatever people want to talk about. So, let's see. Do in the crock pot and just leave it till ready. The crock pot doesn't burn. That's true. So I've made apple butter before with people from our church that had apple butter making, and you had to stir forever, and you couldn't let it just sit. So we took turns stirring. Okay, it's by the couch.
Here, I'll get it for you.
But the crock pot's a good tip. Maybe I'll see if I can find any apples on sale. Maybe just make some for fun. You'll have to tell me what kind of apples make the best apple butter. Is it the tart apples, like the green apples, or what do you recommend? Embracing Our Life says, ooh, I make a gourmet apple butter salt market caramel apple and pumpkin pie. Ooh, that sounds good. Different flavors would be fun. That would be really fun. That's probably sell pretty good, especially in the fall. People always like that caramel or that pumpkin flavor. Beeler Family Farm says we have pretty decent luck making it in the big electric roasters. I do have one of those too. So, J&B says hi to the Tinkerer's wife, and Becky says we've been in a drought in Los Angeles, so I'm thankful for the rain. Well, I'm glad you're getting some rain. I'm sorry that you lost some power.
Is it Los Angeles or Louisiana?
Oh, I assumed Los Angeles, but it might be Louisiana.
Let's see. Embracing Our Life says we use our roaster and crock pot it overnight. So thick and yummy. The Tinkerer's wife says apples that are a little tart.
Okay, maybe I'll make some just for funsies.
And Dee says the same thing. Makes it in the big roaster. A couple of years worth.
Making that much.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be a lot. I saw this thing on a Facebook group. Somebody had made shelves for their canning, to store their canned goods, their home canned goods, but they were on heavy duty rollers, so you could have a really deep shelf and pull it out when you want to get something.
That's kind of cool.
I need me some of those.
Oh yeah.
You want to work?
You need a pantry that's 3 times.
Oh, my pantry's so stuffed, but I still plan on canning pizza sauce this week. I get the last of my tomatoes out of the freezer, so we will find a place to squeeze it in there. So also for the baby, so I have 7.5 million cloth diapers, I feel like. Mm-hmm. And Pat really is ready to be potty trained. I just haven't done it yet because I find that if you potty train somebody right before you have a baby, they always regress when you have a baby. And it's also much harder to help somebody on a potty when you're nursing a newborn than it is to change an extra diaper. So he hasn't, but he's ready. So we're going to work on that, I think, because he's ready to be a big kid. But if there's only going to be one in diapers, I don't need nearly as many diapers as I have. And some of them are pretty beat up, a lot of the pre-folds and stuff. So I think this week I'm going to strip all the diapers so that they're nice and absorbent and fluffy again. And then I'm going to sort them and relegate a lot of the old ones to cleaning rags and things and kind of get that storage down, which should also help have more storage in general in our room because there'd just be fewer. There's so many diapers in there right now. So
Embracing Our Life says family recipes and less sugar than the normal recipe. Do you have a P.O. box? I can send you some.
Oh, sure. The P.O. box is listed in the description of the video, which will show up when this video posts, but I'll write it right in the chat to you. But it's in the description of all of our videos as well if you kind of scroll down. And somebody had asked last week about, we have an Amazon Wishlist, which we hadn't updated in years. And so I did update that as well. I can't remember who asked that though. So if you're here tonight who was asking about that, I did work on that today. So that's been updated as well.
Becky says it was Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana. Okay. Well, I'm glad you got some rain. So
yeah, that's nice.
So what else?
I don't know. It's mostly just been, I feel like the last couple of weeks.
Clean up.
Just because it's winter and because baby's coming, we've mostly just been in cleaning mode, just inside and outside of the house. So it's kind of like, I mean, I guess that's kind of boring to talk about, but that's kind of where life has been.
We've cleaned so much stuff though. It's just the last 2 years since he's been in school and working. Just been kind of survival mode, and if anything was larger, like we had some broken pieces of like furniture that I couldn't get. It was upstairs, so I just like kind of stashed in the corner, but like I couldn't get it down the stairs myself. Even if I wasn't pregnant, I couldn't get it down the stairs myself. But we finally taken care of all that. We have burned so much stuff. Our neighbor must be like, what is going on over there, making like smoke signals. But it feels good. Like it makes, I don't know, feels kind of like a fresh start when everything is like clean and you don't feel so overwhelmed.
Get some of the clutter out of places. Yeah.
We still have a huge trash pile though that we collected from the barn in the back that we gotta bring to the dump.
Yeah, I'm thinking next week though we should be able to get rid of some of that. Hopefully, we'll see. I'll borrow my dad. My dad has a little trailer. That would work perfect for it. So if we take the truck and the trailer, I think we can fit all of it there and get it all out of the backyard. It'll be nice.
Racing Our Life says she'll let us know when you send it. Thank you very much. We're excited to give it a try. So,
Beeler Family Farm says, and it's a good time to take a breather for the two of you if you get a chance. Small date night or a few kid-free hours. I was laughing. I can't remember. I think I told you. One of the other nurses was talking about how their kids were going to go with their parents for a little bit, and they were having a Friendsgiving with like some of their closest friends. I was like, that sounds nice.
It does sound nice. Got too many little people.
We do have too many little people. I feel like my family, like my extended family, my mom and dad and my brothers and sisters, help us out with the kids a lot. They really have so much over the years, and especially with all of Annie's stuff. But we have so many kids. I feel so guilty. Even if we were to pay like a babysitter, which I feel like we'd almost have to get 2 babysitters. Yeah. We have so many kids.
Feel guilty about
not that they're bad or
anything,
but yeah, I just, in general, whether it's my family or someone else, I feel really guilty. It's just so many kids. To leave with somebody. But, I mean, we do every once in a while get away for a date night and get dinner or something like that. But, yeah, I feel bad doing it. There's just so many kids.
We pick up Chinese food at 8 o'clock at night and don't share.
That is kind of how...
Eat it here on the couch and don't tell anybody.
That is kind of how we've done date nights. That's how we get some alone time. And the kids hate that because they love Chinese food. They love it. They call it, their favorite is crab rangoon, but they call it cranberry magoons, which cracks me up. They love Chinese food, and we do get it for them every once in a while. Yeah.
It's just too expensive to feed, to get it for everybody. So sometimes we'll get something and share, but not until after bedtime.
That's kind of our date night. Although the problem is, the town that we live close to used to have a Chinese food place, and it closed. So now, when we bring Chinese food home...
It's like a 30-minute drive.
Or more sometimes, like closer to 40 minutes sometimes. So that's the only bummer. But anyway. Tara says, do you prepare the kids for the baby in any way, like something special?
So what I've done in the past, I don't know if I'm going to do it this year because... the babies do like right at Christmas. What I've done in the past is I've always pre-ordered a special gift for each kid, and it got packed in a suitcase and it got taken to grandma's house because that's where they stay when the baby comes. And once the baby is born, they get to open their special gift, which is usually like some sort of really cool toy or something. And just to hopefully like remind them that they're still really special. As far as the baby coming, like we talk about it a lot. I mean, mommy's belly is huge. Ivy loves every week, like when I transition to like the next week of pregnancy, like she wants to read the like what to expect when you're expecting blurb and watch the video that they have on their website about what the baby's doing. That's like, she is on it. Every time it's time for a new week, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. She's like, Mom, I need to watch the video today. She always wants to know what the baby's doing.
And I feel like it's kind of funny with all of them except for Isla, obviously. Well, I mean, I guess Pat now, but like there's so many kids now that they all kind of like know what to expect. The I'd say like at least the 3 and probably JJ now too, the 4 older ones. They kind of like know the routine, sort of. So it's probably the hardest adjustment for the little ones, especially with this many, like going from 6 to 7. The biggest deal, at least as far as we're concerned, is having to get a new vehicle.
Getting a bigger van.
Not to say that number 7 is not a special child as well, but let's see.
We did that one. Embracing Our Life says, I was thinking the same thing.
Beeler Family Farm says, yes, sneak a favorite meal. We do the same. Fortunate that only 3 of ours are still young and at home. J&B says, I like those cranberry magoons
They are
too.
Good. Sam always gets, our new favorite is Mushu chicken, which comes with these little like rice pancakes and this plum sauce thing. It's called hoisin sauce.
Yeah.
It's like super salty. It's so good. That's our go-to. Cranberry magoons.
That's our guilty pleasure. And you always like the
chicken.
You always like the what are they called? The
egg rolls.
Egg rolls.
Yeah,
Yes.
I used to get an egg roll.
My mind blanked. You like those egg rolls? Let's see.
What else?
What else do we?
So I'm gonna work on the diapers, lowering that stash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wash all the new clothes and put them away. But other than that,
I know you got stuff set up for baby.
Lined up.
Mostly.
I have this feeling that baby's going to come early, but I've said that before and not at all been true. So maybe that's just nature making you get like prepared.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I probably do need to pack some kind of a little bag. Just like to go.
Well, we should probably pack the kids' bags for grandmas too, just so that they're packed and ready for whenever. So
I'm trying to think. Anyway.
Renee says, I've never had cranberry magoons, but I'm addicted to crab rangoons. Gonna have to give those a try. So it is crab rangoon, but the kids, when they were little, couldn't say crab rangoon. They called them cranberry magoons. So, but I could do a cranberry cheesy fried dumpling thingy.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot.
Jane B says, I hope you can get a few naps in while you can. My secret is I nap almost every day. Only like 20 minutes. But we have a required quiet time at our house that everybody hates, but Mommy loves, and it's from about 12:30 to 1:30. It's just an hour. And big kids are supposed to be upstairs in their room doing something quiet, which sometimes the rule has to be reinforced and reminded that
sometimes
planning a circus is not being quiet, things like that. Things like, they can color or read a book, just something that they don't have to sleep. And the little two take a nap, and I lay down with them until they fall asleep. And I usually fall asleep and sleep for 20 or 30 minutes. And then we get up and finish our day.
Let's see, what else? Dee asks, do we have a name picked out? We're not sold on a name yet.
I think we got a narrowed, but no, we don't have one picked out yet.
Which
is driving our 2 oldest absolutely crazy.
Well, yeah, and I feel like that's different for us. Usually, I feel like within the first few months of knowing you're pregnant, like we got the name settled and we know what we're doing. But this one's It's because it's another girl, and we've already picked out so many girl names. It feels like there's not very many left. So, and you can't. I mean, we don't want to get too creative with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, Renee says, "How cute." With the cranberry magoons. And Lois is here.
You're welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, one lesson I've learned is that if you have a name with an unusual spelling, oh man, poor Annie. Because her full name is Anne Berlin with an N, not Amber Lynn. And it is so hard, like, cause she's the one we have to make phone calls for all the time to make appointments and stuff. She could spell her name at like 3 years old, but it was in like whatever the army uses where they spell it out. It was like A for Annie, N for Nancy, B for, because that's how I had to spell it on the phone constantly because nobody would ever get it right and then they couldn't find her. So try not to do unusual spellings. I learned my lesson about that because it makes...
Yeah, I guess. But then we have an Isla. Nobody knows how to spell that.
Yeah, it's only 4 letters though.
I know.
People always call it Isla.
Jepco says, how do you think you will do as grandparents if all your kids have large families? Christmas at Gammy's and Pop-Ups. Yeah.
Well, that's what your parents are doing. They had 7 kids. And
yeah, I'm the oldest of 7.
We have the biggest family, but most of your other siblings, I mean, there's already 15 or 16 grandkids, and only half of you are married. Like having kids and married and having kids, so.
It'll be interesting to see if the rest of my siblings have big families or not. I don't know.
I think it just depends. I think sometimes when you grow up in a big family, like you really like having a lot of siblings, you want that for kids.
Some people don't.
Some people don't, and some people also realize how, they watch, mom and the dad and how hard it is to keep up with a big family, and they wanted other things for their lives, and that's fine too. Mm-hmm. They want freedom to travel and things that you really can't do when there's a million kids.
I think being a grandparent will be fun though. I mean, that's still a ways down the road for us for sure, but I look forward to that. I think it would be nice by the time we have grandkids to have a nice kind of recreational setup for when they visit, whether that's having horses for them to ride or a nice like pond or lake to swim and fish in, or have a route you can ride 4-wheelers or like a side-by-side through, just some fun things like that we can do with grandkids when they come to visit. But we got a few years to work on that.
I'll worry about that, yeah.
But that has been in the back of my mind. Let's see. J&B says, I kept my maiden name and have had to spell it about 1 million times so far.
I've been surprised, I don't feel like our last name is unusual. I have to spell, and people don't get it. It's Griggs or Briggs or, what I mean?
When I tell people my name is Griggs, 95% of the time they say Craigs, Craigs, and I'm like, no, Griggs, Gri. Oh, everyone always thinks it's Craigs. I don't know why.
It's hard. Maybe we don't pronounce
Griggs.
Enunciate. Too many G's.
I say it every time I tell someone. I say it and I immediately give the first few letters so that they know, because I've had everyone get it wrong. I feel like Griggs is somewhat
common.
I mean, it's not like Smith or anything, but I don't feel like it's that rare of a last name.
Went back during COVID when Annie would have all the appointments, but you had to wear masks. And they were wearing masks, and you're trying to spell a name.
You would literally have to move your mask down and be like Griggs, Gri.
Might as well have been speaking a different language.
Put it back up so they could get those first few letters. Yeah. It's like, I can. How about I write it out for you?
Yeah, I should just
hand them a card.
I should just carry cards with her name on it. Mm-hmm. That would be good.
That would be funny.
My business card.
Yeah.
What else? We don't have a new van yet. We decided we're gonna wait. Don't go that many places with a new baby, and we can take 2 cars to church for a couple months. But we're hoping we're playing a game here, rolling the dice. But we're hoping, we feel like used car values are starting to maybe fall, and so we're hoping that if we hold tight for just a little bit longer, a couple more months or so, that in this early spring maybe we'll see better prices. Because for the last couple year or maybe last couple of years, used car prices have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I just can't spend that kind of money on a van that's already got 100,000+ miles on it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think like once the new year hits, like in January, we'll start looking a little bit more and then probably like try to purchase something closer to February.
Yeah. And, you know, if it's a month or two of just having to take 2 cars somewhere like church, like it's not a huge... It's annoying, but it's not a huge deal. So.
Let's see. D says, living in our very rural area, we have Angstroms, Angstroms, and Engstroms. I sometimes wish I'd kept my maiden name Jones. I bet so. That would be really hard to say them all differently.
We live where we live. It's a lot of German ancestry, and so some of these people, like their names, I swear they got like 30 letters.
Yeah, there are
in them.
some long names.
Long names.
Beeler says, I think you're right. We're holding out for a good used expedition, waiting on spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. We've been looking at like 12 passenger vans, but there are also like some decent. The only way I know how to describe them is like older
conversion.
Yeah, conversion vans. But some of them hold more than just like the 7. Some of the older, I think a lot of conversion vans are just have the bench in the back and then 2 captain's chairs and then the driver and the front passenger. But some of them do have an extra bench seat or so. So anyway, we're pretty
flexible as long as we can fit everybody. I'm not really stuck on any certain one. You were saying that you feel like because the hashtag van life is really popular with like the younger people younger than us, the big vans get snatched up really fast for people who don't even need the seats. They just want the space.
They throw the seats away and convert them to travel for a few years. So I feel like there used to be a decent amount of vans available. And I guess there still are, but I feel like they're slightly harder to come by now. Let's see.
JB says, let's hope some good auto prices are coming and time's on your stuff. For van robbing scallywags. Yeah, get in line.
Exactly.
There should be like a queue. If you're wanting this for fun, you need to get behind the people who actually need the seats for their kids. And there's also an issue that I've been reading about. So a lot of the older big vans, they don't have headrests, which is supposedly you're not allowed to anymore legally use those if you have car seats.
Oh, okay.
And so...
Really?
Because you can't do the back. I can't think with the back hook.
Yeah, right.
So the car seats aren't anchored, and so you're not supposed to put. So then we have, a bunch of our kids are still in car seats, so that.
I wouldn't have thought about that.
Partridge Family School Bus. Hey, I've talked about. We've laughed about getting like like the short bus.
I thought
doors.
I think you could find a decent deal on a short bus like that. But you know what I think the weird, awkward part would be?
What?
One of us has to drive up there all alone, and someone has to sit in the back with the kids.
It sounds so quiet. I will drive anywhere you want to go.
I was looking at one. I saw one the other day, maybe on Facebook Marketplace. I forget where it was, but it was a mini school bus. It was in great shape. It had decent miles and like a great price. I'm looking through it. I'm like, oh man, this looks pretty nice, And then I get to the front seat, and I'm like, oh yeah. You just have the driver. I don't know. It'd be weird traveling as a family. I mean, obviously you'd make it work, but part of me just feels like, I don't know. It just feels kind of weird. I don't know.
I think you have to have, even if it's the shorter one, you have to have a special driver's permit too, right?
I'm not sure. I know when I was in college, we had like a shuttle bus, and they took a seat out in the back, so it only sat like 12 or something like that, and we didn't have to have...
Could you imagine if that was our family vehicle and then we made all of our kids learn how to drive with it? They would be like mortified.
They'd hate us for sure. Iris says, my kids are pausing in their house hunting, hoping real estate prices drop to a better value. Yeah, I've heard possibly next year, maybe late next year and into 2025, that real estate's gonna drop more, but we'll see. Who knows?
Let's see. Beeler Family Farm. If someone would design a car seat with ratchet straps instead of those dang straps that are impossible to get tight, they'd be rich. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sandy Berry says, "How about a school bus? Y'all could be like the Partridge Family." Yeah. I think a little school bus. It might be something to keep our eye.
We could hire a family chauffeur.
Yeah.
For private use, you only need. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sam also said we should get a limo because it has like the
the
window,
private
and then
divider.
We'll just shut the noise out of the front.
Laura and I can sit up front, and then you just
wee. They can do whatever back there.
And whatever happens in the back happens in the back. We, you get some peace and quiet on your drive wherever. Oh yeah.
Great minds. Yeah, it's an Arkansas thing. Partridge Family Bus.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to keep our options open. I feel like with whatever van or bus.
Yeah, we just wanna. We don't want to rush. We don't want to feel rushed into making a bad choice. Mm-hmm. We've had to do that before because we had a vehicle that didn't work.
Tara says we're the chauffeur.
Oh no!
Of the bus.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
I need a hat.
Hey.
Yes, Patty the Batty.
What you doing?
What? You need a
snacky?
Okay, go get something. Fine. Okay, go ahead. Yes, we keep keeping our options open. The only thing he's still not convinced about, but I'm really against, is like an older expedition where you can seat that many. And the only reason I'm against it is because to get to the back where it seats 4, you have to crawl over basically somebody's gotta. Which would make it really hard with car seats.
Yeah, I don't think an expedition would work. I think, like, if it was one of those things like, well, this is the only thing available. Excuse me. This is the only thing available and you have to make this work, then obviously we could do that. But if we actually have an option, I think I'd rather do something else.
Plus, an SUV sits really high off the ground. It's something to think about. Like, it's really hard for Annie to get even in our truck. And an SUV would be the same way, but 15-passenger, 12-passenger van, they're lower.
So it's a little lower.
And so she can get in and out more independently.
Yeah, Arkansas Prepper says, any bus or van for hire over 15 passengers needs a CDL. Okay. So we'd probably be okay. We'd be in good shape. But anyway, that's like, as far as baby coming, that feels like the one big hurdle.
A Hearst, perhaps.
Yeah. I was looking...
Do they have seats? They don't have seats in the back, do they?
But I was looking at one point a few months ago just for fun. I was looking at station wagons, the old station wagons.
You ride backwards.
They have like those jump seats in the back or whatever you call them.
I did that once as a kid and threw up everywhere. Can't ride backwards, apparently.
Oh, no.
No, so the genetics.
Was it in a friend's car?
It was my aunt's. She had a station wagon, and she was taking us all somewhere. I don't remember. I must have been 6 or 7.
Did you fight for the back seat, or did you get stuck back there?
because it was so cool. You got to ride, going backward. Never done that before. Discovered never should do that again. Hang on. Wait right there.
Okay. Oh, no.
Okay. Hang on.
I just go to
let's see.
Go get different jams.
Tinker's wife says, we loved having a station wagon when we were kids. I don't know, none of... We never, even though we had 7 kids, my parents never got a station wagon. We just went from like a car to a minivan to a 15-passenger van. But I think having a station wagon would have been pretty fun.
Not to age myself, but those were the best in the 70s and the 80s.
I don't know if you look on like used, where you can buy used cars. There's some of those station wagons are still in pretty good shape from the 70s and 80s, but
they're like all metal too. They're like heavy duty, right?
Yeah. I would imagine. Well, I don't know. I don't know how safe vehicles were back then. I would think they'd be pretty safe if they're all metal like that.
Naked lady, stay right there.
Stay right there.
Mommy will help you.
Let's see. J&B asked the tinkerer's wife, did you have seat belts? That's a good question. Oh, and she says that was back in the 60s when we had that station wagon. Gotcha. And Arkansas Prepper says, like, National Lampoon's Vacation. Yeah, they were super popular back in the day. But we never had, like, family friends that had one either. I can't say that I've never ridden in one because I had a friend in college. She called it the party wagon. That she had for a few years while we were in college, an old station wagon. I rode in that a time or two, I believe, but that might be the only time. Oh, okay. No seatbelts would be more fun. Yeah, we're having a conversation about seatbelts with the old cars. I think we've said this before, but Laura taught English as a second language to Chinese kids there for a few years, so she had to get up early in the morning. But they have no seatbelt laws over there for kids, which blows my mind because it's like a developed modern country. But she said she would be teaching kids, they're like on their tablet, and Laura's teaching them their English and they're going through it. And she's like, they're just rolling around in the back seat doing their own thing. Like no seatbelts, which kind of blows my mind a little bit. But anyway.
And to add to that, I taught with a lady, or a new lady who also taught for the same company. And she actually went to China to visit one of the families that she had taught for years and years. And she brought her baby with her. And she got off the plane and gave the car seat to the taxi driver, thinking he would lock it in for her, and he put it in the trunk because they don't have car seat laws either. People just with their babies. So
that just blows my mind. Let's see. Erica says, I've been absolutely loving the canning pantry meal videos, canning up my pumpkins tomorrow.
Awesome. There will be some canning pantry meal videos still coming, even though we won't be posting on Tuesdays. They'll just be kind of mixed in. But
this man, all those meals that you put up, they're just like so nice for winter.
They are.
They're like, most of those meals are so hearty and I don't know, they're great.
Yeah, no seatbelts when I was young, horrible wrecks. Yeah, people go right through the windshield and terrible things. So, hey, Patty the Batty, no more snacks.
Oh, we got to, this was a few years ago, we got to a wreck of a young man. He was a high schooler that didn't have a seatbelt on, got thrown from his vehicle. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was just like, the weather wasn't even bad. It was cold and it had like just started to rain a little bit. And the part where he went off the road was like on a straight stretch. It wasn't even on a turn.
Really reaching for something or just went sideways and overcorrected.
It was sad. We got there like literally a couple minutes after he had crashed and had been thrown. It was super sad. But anyway, not to bring the live stream
wear
down.
Wear your seatbelts.
Yeah. Tinker's wife says, I've seen too many accidents with no seatbelts to think it's fun not to wear them. Pretty awful carnage. Radine says, children's car seats were not a thing in the 50s and 60s either. My two older girls didn't have car seats in the 70s. Beeler Family Farm says, seatbelts are a must. Working a very unfortunate wreck last night on I-70.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I bet so. It is sad. I mean, the stretch of road where we were at, I bet he couldn't have been going 50 miles an hour, but he got thrown from the car, and the aftermath was pretty gruesome. The Tinker's wife says, the intersection near my house in Portland, there were 4 teens thrown from a pickup bed. One died at the scene and another was in critical condition. Changes one's life when you see stuff like that. Yeah, it makes you think about it.
My dad tells the story when he was little, so this is like the real early 1960s. He had, there were 5 of them, and back then they didn't have seatbelts, and so all 5 of them just went in the back of the big sedan, and they were goofing around or whatever while Grandpa was trying to back out of the driveway, and there weren't child safety locks either. My dad opened the door and fell out of the car at, 4 or 5 years old, I guess, got run over by the car. Thankfully, he was fine, but, there were no protections of,
I don't know how that's possible.
I don't know either. But Grandma corroborated the story that
thunk.
Yeah,
I'm
just
okay.
Just the front wheel, I guess. But,
how does that happen?
Uh,
Anyway, the live stream took a turn.
it
didn't
did.
it?
We got morbid, huh? No falling out of the car seat. Everybody's got a
Sorry.
car seat, and got a car seat coming for the baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
What else? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's kind of it. This was a getting ready for the baby live stream.
Gotta go get grocery. Good night. Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is.
Yeah.
This I can't believe it's this week.
I know.
It feels like it should still be 3 or 4 weeks away for whatever reason. But you want to end it?
Yeah, we can end it.
Close to an hour.
We're. I think we're
getting
good.
there.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
And be safe while you're traveling.
Wear your seatbelts.
Doing all that fun stuff.
All right.
All right.
See you next time.
We'll talk to you later. Everybody be safe.